project summary, where the project charter define overview of the project. Okay, it define what is the outline, okay, with respect to the goal and what is the benefit up to the business after performing that particular project. Okay, scope, what is the scope of that particular project, whether it is, can we, are we going to establish any limit, okay, specifies the what will include in that and what won't, so assumption and exclusion defined in that one, right? Objectives, what are the objective, like particular defined target milestones we can stay, this list of the all stakeholders with an interest or in the project, without interest is not considered, such as a manager, team members, and the sponsor specifically. Role and responsibilities of every single person, what they're gonna identify, their project accountability and their structure. Okay, define a specific budget with respect to the revenue and the margin and the cost distributed across the different disciplines, right? Schedule and the risk. This is only not the work of the project manager, but whereas a project charter define more than that, such as they do provide the RACA matrix information, okay, such as who is responsible, okay, who is accountable, who is the performer, and who is the informer in that one, right? So the authorization is very important one. Alignment is very important one. Okay, and the guidance is very important one. So all these things are very crucial while working on this. So let me take you to the particular document which I have created, and from that you can understand how we can use this. So you can go through the through my website thoroughly, okay, and you can read whole document properly. So you can see this is my website www.civilnotes.com. Let me just zoom in. Okay, so this is my website civilnotes.com. You can go and read, you can watch, okay, this videos also, and you can define how the project charter looks like. Okay, so company decide a go no go decision after finalizing this charter. So project charter should consider the name of a project. Okay, it should be prepared by some project manager and the internal company managers and the high level manager who is a directive in level, okay, and the PMO support you level. So this project charter needs to be prepared from their end, and it should be signed by all these respective people, but this should be signed by the internal sponsors, we can say that, right? So the project charter should consider the project name, okay, in respect of the revenue, whatever the cost we have identified, we should put the revenue, the cost which defines what is a direct and what is the indirect cost that we are going to incur, and from that we can identify what is the contribution in that one and the risk. So based on these financial figures, a project manager terms can identify whether can we go for this project or not. So you can put go if you wanted to take this project out, if you can put no go if you don't want to go for that one. So project charter define whether the value additions, the value addition to the business. If it is valued, then company go for, definitely go for that. But if doesn't seems any value irrespective of the finances or irrespective of any value to that one, business should take the reference of the project charter, and then they should approach to the manager or to the company that whether they should take this project in or out. Now, project charter considered a description of work. As I said, it define a problem. What is the problem? Why we are doing the project? Okay, so it consists with the details of work such as what is the start date, what is the end date, how much escalation that we are considering with respect to the time period of this project, the major area of work, whether it is in a construction area, whether it is in a railway side of area, or whatever the major area that your cost is involved in. The resource requirement, whether the resource requirement is on a higher side, lower side, or the moderate requirement. Then magnitude of work, it is a severe work, moderate work. So every company has their own classification. Like just say that a 5 million project considered as a major one, 1 million considered as a like moderate one, and 0.5 million considered as a lower magnitude of work, right? So you can define your own drop down functionality for this one, which is quite easy, right? So you can see that if I just go here, if I just say that 10 million, 5 million, and zero point 0.5 million. So I can just select all these things. If I just go here, I'll go here, come, or you can also just put the things, no worries for that. Okay, go to the data, right? Then after that, go to data validation, go here, click on a list and select this source. And this is our source that you want these options into this figure. Now you can see you will get an option and you can select the magnitude over there. Okay. Irrespective of the severity, yes, the risk of severity, it is a higher risk, lower risk, moderate risk, that also you can define in the same way. Is it outsourcing of the resource requirement, outsourcing of the sub vendor requirement? That is also you can define from in your project charter. So project charters give a brief scenario to you. What are the challenges you might face? What are the opportunity you're gonna receive? Okay, and how you are gonna perform? Okay, irrespective of the your like align with your life cycle of your project. Okay, If I just take you to the next part of the project charter, the milestones. What milestone to be improved? What is a business impact, right? So you need to write down every single thing, right, from their scope of work. So client always provide you the scope of work, what he is expecting, and then on based on that, you will be preparing all this situation. Like what scope should include it, what scope you are excluded, and any impact on the milestones submissions while working on a project. So you can input every single thing. The impact might be anything such as environmental impact, such as external impact, such as internal impact, the company policies, it's the ethics and rules, resources, anything might be the problem. So to achieve that one, you need to write every single thing over there. Then stakeholders, such as what are the stakeholders, how they're gonna involve and how they're gonna affect, okay? Such as the Parag, he's a project manager. If he is not available for the project for a week time period, the project will not get a financial status of work. Project will not get the deliverable status of work. Project might get delayed. Okay, if the general manager, if the project director is not there, client satisfaction will not get involved. Client will not involved in the project any in the regular meeting of time. Okay, so this kind of the issues might come if there is any sub consultant involved in this. So what will happen if it is sub consultant at the, like if you study the PMP examination, if you're preparing for the PMP examination, you definitely look such as question like the uh, the vendor, okay, or the sub-consultant decline at the end point of time and stating more money, okay, for the delivery of the work. So what should project manager do, right? So the sub-consultant is also a major stakeholder. So in that time period, project manager should understand his concern and and bring down him at a particular cost. Okay, discuss the financial impact with him and agreed on that point period. So that is because we are not get our project get impacted. That's why we always should consider the escalation percentage in our projects. Correct? Now, you should also provide some communication of progress or preferences, such as the Teams call nowadays is quite in the track. Also, you can consider the different kind of the communication patterns. So that is also one of the major resource that you can utilize. If you come to the impact like voice of the customer, okay, here the all stakeholder requirement, like how client is the client happy, is the client unhappy, okay, what is the expectation of the client, what is client looking forward for, that everything we should do, and what is our values of the business, whether the business, if like while working on the scheme there is a work in progress WIP, it is not mitigating, it is not invoicing on a time basis, so what will be impact? So this is we need to understand at very initial stage before the start of the project. That's why project charter become an integral and important tool for any business, and it is value adding to them. Now if you just move ahead with the more schedule, so you can see you need to add the milestones, like what is the start and end date, is it involved in the plan design, is there any quantification required, what is the implementation method, and how it is going to comment. The comment is very simple, risk irrespective of risk, and any other risk or any other impact you can write down here. Now you can see the resources. What are the resources gonna use? Now you can see, sir, you can see me like Parag, there might be hundred of resources are working. So you can give an appendix over here, refer appendix A, and you can attach the appendix to the project charter, stating that please refer the appendix A, and the same columns you can prepare over there, and you can define the importance of the resource irrespective of the deliverable, their duration requirement in terms of hours or the duration in terms of month, what are their cost involvement, how much revenue you are obtaining from their end, so margin and the risk. If someone like a principal engineer or the team leader left the business, how is going to impact that project, right? Now, if I just take you to more down to the investment and cost section, so you can see that irrespective of project is the for business involvement. Okay, how this is going to involve the cost, revenue, percent margin, risk, and hit in the percentage that you need to define. Okay, in similarly, you can take it from the execution, project management, maintenance, and closure. So whatever you are going to prepare the revenue at the top, that you need to distribute this revenue, you need to distribute over here, okay, over here, and the cost and revenue. So you need to distribute your whole revenue over here. So management can understand, okay, for business improvement, how much cost, for project execution, how much cost, okay, for governance, how much project manager and project management are undertaking. Is this sustainable? If there is any sustainable improvement over there, right? Now, is there any like for the closeout, how much you have considered for detail and what is the total detail cost that you are getting across? Now you can also define the how much cost that you are as a discount you are providing to the client. What is your higher revenue and what is your lower revenue? Your rate of interest, your net present value, and your internal rate of return you need to calculate over here. So you can easily calculate equals to IRR, and you can get this function over here, right? It's in similar with the ROI and NPV you can calculate easily. Now after doing all these things, if project manager is happy, he should put his comment and he should sign here. CEO should write his comment, and if CEO is not happy, he can comment for the revision and he can't sign, and and both can provide a comment to the decision whether they should go for the project or not. So this is a comprehensive document which I have bring across to you all that provides a very detailed insight why the project charter is a crucial document for the project management since the inception of the scheme. So I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel PM Learn. This is my second YouTube channel and I hope you will like and enjoy my more upcoming videos. Have a nice day. Bye bye.